In the morning, Sudarto begins his day like many fish buyers in southeast Sulawesi, sorting the morning's catch, packing it carefully into ice boxes before they are distributed. This daily routine may seem simple, yet from these quiet moments, time, temperature, and trust are set long before the fish reach the market.
Nama saya Pak Sudarto. Ya, pekerjaan sehari-hari itu nelayan. Samping profesi sebagai nelayan, pengumpul juga ikan-ikan dari nelayan yang hasil tangkapan nelayan yang dipancing, yang kita beli dengan sistem ditimbang. Nah, ikan-ikan tenggiri, ikan kakap merah, ikan-ikan kerapu, nanti pemasarannya di Kendari.
For Sudarto and thousands of small-scale fishers like him, the ability to earn a living depends not only on how much fish they catch, but also on how well that catch can be preserved after it leaves the water. In tropical small-scale fisheries, according to FAO, an estimated 20 to 35% of fish is lost before reaching the market, largely due to inadequate cold storage, spoilage, and gaps in transportation. Without access to ice, fish quality declines rapidly, forcing fishers to sell at lower prices or limit sales to nearby villages.
Jadi Oktober, November, Desember, Januari, Februari, April itu musim ikan. Insya Allah ikan banyak dan itu kebutuhan es melonjak. Tidak sesuai antara permintaan es dengan jumlah produksi yang ada, karena jujur saja di sekitaran ini ada produksi rumahan juga terkait es batu ini. Cuman permintaan es batu dengan jumlah produksi ini tidak kena, sehingga terkadang nelayan itu sudah lakukan persiapan untuk turun ke laut, menyiapkan bekal dan lain sebagainya, tetapi gagal turun ke laut hanya gara-gara persoalan es tidak ada. Nah, ini yang mendasari kami kelompok PAP untuk coba buka usaha. Kita sepakat untuk buka usaha es batu ini.
In Bhutan, access to reliable ice emerged as an opportunity. The fisheries management body identified ice as a key link in the value chain and launched a local ice-making microbusiness for fishers and buyers. Rare supported the initiative by providing initial capital and technical assistance, helping turn the idea into action.
Satu kali produksi, kalau produksi pertama itu dia butuhkan waktu 6-7 jam untuk produksi awal. Tapi setelah produksi selanjutnya itu 4 jam. Nah, di sini juga sudah tersedia fasilitasi ada sumur untuk dia batak, jadi alhamdulillah bahan bakunya kita bisa ini. Makanya saya yakin, saya optimis bahwa bisa mendapatkan dukungan untuk usaha ini.
Reliable access to ice can extend the freshness of fish by 3 to 4 days, allowing fishers to reach higher value markets in cities like Kendari. Studies show that stronger cold chains can increase fishers' income by 15 to 25%, depending on species and market conditions. When the sea becomes unpredictable, adaptation is no longer optional, it becomes essential. For fishing communities, improving how fish is handled, stored, and transported can be as important as the catch itself.
Regarding the income side, I think it's very important to see what are the potential opportunities there. If we are talking about the market, what the communities needs there, what are the problems of the communities that can be addressed by several specific work, for example.
Revenue from ice sales is reinvested through the fisheries management body, supporting surveillance, protecting fishing grounds, and allowing fish stocks to recover. As fisheries improve, fishers benefit in return, creating a cycle that strengthens both livelihoods and local management.
The FMB can use that money from the communities also to run their activities, including to conduct surveillance, to conduct campaigning on sustainable fisheries. So the communities can see that their money, they also can contribute from their small money to ensure the sustainability of their source of money.
The ice-making effort is more than just preserving the catch. It's keeping livelihoods alive. In every block of ice lies a story of resilience, determination, and hope. By reinvesting their earnings into savings, surveillance, and community programs, Bhutan's fishers are not only securing their future, they're protecting the ocean that sustains us all. This is more than a business. This is a movement, a promise that when communities come together, change is possible, and the sea can continue to give life for generations to come.